Good morning, everyone. Hope you're enjoying your sukkahs and this beautiful weather that we've been able to experience for the last week. It's interesting to note that throughout Yantif, throughout Zman Simchasenu, one of the main themes of our tefillah are the Hoshanas. Hoshana lemancha Elokeinu Hoshana. We cry out, Hoshana, save us, please. Lemancha Elokeinu, for your sake, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hoshana. And we keep on repeating those words, Hoshana, Hoshana, please save us, please save us. We're pouring out our hearts to HaKadosh Baruch Hu in tefillah for rachamim. And the question is obvious. We've just gone through a Rosh Hashanah and a Yom Kippur where we were crying and emotional and pledging to change and be better and do our work. And then we get and do better work in our lives. Now we get to Sukkot, Zman Simchasenu. It's a time of great joy. It's the time, Zman HaAsif. It's the time to gather in the grains from agriculturally. There's joy. Spiritually, there's joy. And yet here we are, Hoshana Leman Chelokeinu. What are we crying for? This is not a time for this type of tefillah. That was for earlier. Why now? And perhaps there are two messages which the Shemin HaTov alludes to, which is number one, too often we usually find tefillah as a value in crisis. When things are going off the rails, when times are tough, when we're struggling, Shir Hamalos, we're going to daven, make a mishaberach, we're going to pour our hearts out to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Please, Ana Hashem Hoshiana, we're going to please save us. Grant a refuah shlema to whoever's ill. Please help in any way that you can. But when things are good, when there's simcha, usually the mindset is, oh, everything is great. I have nothing to worry about. I'm fine. The tefillos on Sukkot remind us that even when we are at our greatest joy, Simchas Beis HaShoeva, Hallel, we are happy, we are good. Hoshana Leman Chelokeinu. We don't forget that we call out to HaKadosh Baruch Hu both in times of joy and in times of sadness. And particularly on a practical, strategic level, we want to make sure to call out to HaKadosh Baruch Hu in times of joy, because if we just show up for the times of sadness, why would God want to listen? You only show up when you need me? It's about a relationship. And that's the key, to make sure that we show up each and every day. Hoshana Leman Chelokeinu Hoshana. Perhaps the other message about crying and davening with the Farachamei Shemayim on Sukkot is from another perspective, which is that we've already gone through, as we've discussed and we've described, the Seres Tshuva period from Rosh Hashanah through Yom Kippur. And now through Sukkot we've been able to make a change, and we're focusing on the mitzvos, and things are going so well. But we know that as soon as Sukkot is over, everything goes back to normal, to the way that it was. And our job and our responsibility is not to allow everything to slide back into the routine, but rather to take all of those changes, those pledges that we want to make in our lives, and have them last past Sukkot, after Sukkot, through Hanukkah and Purim and Pesach. So on Sukkot, Hoshana Leman Chelokeinu, Hoshanas, please give us the strength to continue to sustain ourselves with the changes that we want to make in our lives. Don't allow us to fall back into the routine, into the normal. We are looking to create a new normal following Sukkot. So hopefully we can keep those two messages with us on Hoshana Rabbah and Shmini Atzeres and Simchas Torah. Number one, the idea that when it comes to tefillah, it's a 24/7 thing. It's not just in the bad times where we show up. We show up always. And number two, to make sure that we are able, when we reach out to Kadosh Baruch Hu on Sukkot, we remember that we're hoping to sustain ourselves with this newfound this newfound appreciation for Yiddishkeit, that started on Rosh Hashanah all the way through the rest of the year. I hope that Kadosh Baruch Hu will hear all of our tefillos, and that we will be able to internalize our messages, our davening to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so we can continue to be changed people for the rest of the year and the rest of our lives. Have a wonderful Shabbos and a wonderful Yontif.